Today's agenda is to visit Taipei 101, Taiwan's biggest skyscraper, get a full glimpse of the city, and I'm so excited to take photos there too. That's why I dressed up in more of like a city vibe. Grab lunch and I'll bring you guys with me. It's currently 18 degrees outside. Not too cold as yesterday. And by the way, I love this jacket so much. Probably my most favorite clothing piece purchase of 2024. So, yeah. I'm still getting used to talking to a camera, so please bear with me. But I hope you enjoy the rest of this vlog. See ya!
But before anything, let's romanticize being on their subway. To get to Taipei, we had to take 2 trains, but their subway is so nice, it's so clean, and we just had to wait like 2 to 3 minutes to get to our next train. For some reason, I always see subways as something very cinematic, and I feel like I'll be forever romanticizing myself just being on a subway like it's a coming-of-age film. That was just my brother freaking out over their fashion sense, but not gonna lie, their fashion here in Taiwan is really good. We finally made it to Taipei 101! We finally got to see this amazing tall building, and of course I had to get this iconic shot with this even more iconic view. Like, look at that. It was very windy outside, but it felt so nice. Perfect for us to walk around and explore their huge mall, which had all the luxury fashion brands that you can think of. If you guys watched the previous video on day 2 where we visited Ximending shopping district, I am telling you, this one sets a whole different vibe for your shopping spree. We just roamed around and did window shopping, and I was really just there for the experience because I'm gonna be so broke if I enter one of those.
The mall is so big, so fancy.
While roaming around, I found this mail post booth, which I think was super cute. They have these picture frames as well as pen and paper that you can write on. Inside, we also found their baseball exhibit, which was super cool. I didn't know that Taiwan was a huge fan of baseball, which I think displays some of the stuff that they used on their tournaments, and the super cool jerseys which has all the autographs. And they even have this themed baseball bun or bread, I'm not sure, but it was super cute and yummy, which was perfect because I was getting super hungry from walking back and forth to check this panoramic city view. We then went inside to their observatory, which was very interesting because they'll show you this massive pendulum sphere, or famously known as the mass-tuned damper, which basically its job is to stabilize this very tall high building from earthquakes and typhoons. They also show you the science or physics behind it through their big visual projectors and learn how the building is structured and maintained despite being one of the tallest buildings in the world. And just when I thought this day couldn't get any better, the heavens decided to grace us with this breathtaking view of the sunset across the city, which I was so grateful and lucky to witness and capture because a few moments later it quickly disappeared. It felt like the heavens opened its gates ever so slightly, making it the most beautiful way to end this experience. You guys, their subway comfort rooms are so cool. They have this sign with like lights on, which signifies if a cubicle is occupied or not, and whether or not it's available to use, which I think is pretty cool. For this day, we'll be going on a tour, so we woke up very early in the morning and set out to wait for our bus, and our tour guide also will be joining a group. I think in total we'll be visiting 4 tourist spots for the day.
Yehliu Geopark, okay, Yehliu. Second place used to be our gold mining town, Jiufen, okay, Jiufen. Third place especially for the winter time, it's always foggy and raining. You couldn't see the island. But today you guys can see the island. How lucky you are.
When we got to Yehliu Geopark, it was freezing cold and it was early in the morning, but I really can't complain because look at how gorgeous it is. We had the perfect view of the coastlines and the rock formations look so cool, and every photo we took felt like straight out from a postcard.
Highly suggest that you visit this, guys. We're done taking photos. We're heading back to our bus. It's so
Last call, last order. Don't know why I waited for you to come over. I saw you last Monday. Thought you saw me too across the track in the subway. Spring turns fast into fall, and I always wonder how I missed it all. I missed it all. Or something stronger. I can't stand to remember.
So I would rather you guys spend more time to enjoy the street food in the Jiufen. Okay, there are a lot of street food. I'm sure.
shopping paradise.
Jiufen is for sure one of my favorite places that we visited here in Taiwan. It was such a busy market, but I loved the chaos. It felt like I was living inside a Studio Ghibli film, and our tour guide actually said that it was one of the places that have inspired Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away, and I totally get why. We also found this cute little toy shop which had a lot of Studio Ghibli characters and these beautifully crafted wooden keepsakes. Like these cats, they look so cute. This reminded me of the Studio Ghibli film The Cat Returns. Oh, and I also saw this really cool stall that sells these traditional ink brushes. I didn't know if I could use it for my painting because it looks so cool. And here we have our first tea of the day. It was one of the first of so many free samples of tea that they've given us, because you're literally gonna get so many free taste samples left and right as you're walking down their stores. Their most famous tea is their oolong tea, but I actually really like their oriental honey beauty tea, which is a bit sweeter than oolong tea.
Yeah, that's for beauty. You want to have this one?
And apparently has beauty benefits. We also visited the store that was selling Taiwan's famous pineapple cake, which was also recognized by the former president, and we got to try their egg rolls.
Tastes like peanut butter.
Taiwan's pineapple cake are often bought as souvenirs because they say that giving this as a gift to someone is like wishing them success, wealth, or good fortune to their home.
How much? What was 200? What was 200?
smoking in my mouth.
Camera died.
It's smoking. Just started raining, but we just finished eating some noodles and we're now off to buy. We're hunting for the peanut ice cream. It's very popular here in Jiufen. We in fact did not find the peanut butter ice cream, which was so sad because we had to go back to our bus. But look what I just found! It was the no-face piggy bank and it looks so cute! I wish I could have bought it, but I had no cash with me, which I later on regretted not buying. Then ended up to this cute Lego store and look, they have a Totoro Lego! I was just obsessed with anything Studio Ghibli, and I even saw this mural of the bathhouse in Spirited Away, which made me so happy. And of course, I had to take some pictures with it too. And that basically sums up our Jiufen trip. On to our next one. Shifen Waterfalls was known as Taiwan's Little Niagara Falls, which was so cool, and seeing it in person was such an experience. We took some great photos and had to take their tea to get something warm with this cold weather. We also had this amazing view, and here's me trying their oolong tea. Oh, and I must say that this bridge that we walked to get to the falls is so beautiful. Here's a photo that I took to show you how beautiful it is.
We're now on our way to see the floating lanterns. I'm so excited. Oh, I can see them already. 기다렸어요. 오랜 시간을 밤이 지나고 빛이 쏟아지길 삶이라는 건 답이 없었고 하루하루가 버거웠던 날들 눈물 짓던 시간 속
The tour ended pretty bittersweet. I was just sad to leave on our last day, and at the same time, I was just dreaming on the places I have yet to visit in the future, and just the feeling of excitement about the life that I get to create. As we headed back to our hotel, our tour guide was telling about her personal story, about the challenges she faced during the pandemic when the whole tourism industry completely shut down. She had struggled to make ends meet for her family and had no choice but to keep working to sustain her family. She was talking about how she is so grateful for us that she got to keep this job and that the company still allows her to work because most jobs in Taiwan don't hire people who reach a certain age, and she told us not to be discouraged by the storms or the hurdles that life gives you. Throughout the tour, she kept on saying on how lucky we were to have the day without much rain, to have seen sights that are often less visible due to the fog, and she reminded us that we should always keep our minds on the brighter side of life. And I think her name Sunny suits her so much because she's such an inspiration for me to look on the sunny side. I think that's the secret to having like a lucky girl syndrome, to always be grateful and look for the positive side of things or the best on people. On that ride home, I was so inspired that I decided to name my camera after her, Sunny, which I thought was pretty cute and fitting because I have a Sony camera. checking in our luggages, we went on to grab some food, and our tita had us try this ice cream from Godiva. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but this vanilla ice cream was so good. I'm a very big fan of anything vanilla, and I think I'll always be looking for it anytime I get a chance to travel. And I really think you guys should try it too. We then looked for a spot to sit down and wait for our flight. I honestly just got bored and took some photos while people watching. We then got escorted by our bus, and around this time it was golden hour, and look at how beautiful this scenery is.
Number Jet 791, bound for Clark, Philippines. We should be ready for departure in the next 10 minutes. Our flight time is approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 34,000 feet. Once again, please make yourselves comfortable and enjoy the flight with us. Thank you.